tell you what happens with arm wrestling. We spend 98% of the time working scenarios that only happen 2% of the time. Meaning there's a match, you've stopped it in the middle, and there's a bunch of countering and wars that's going to take place to see who the winner is. When the reality is 98% of the arm wrestling is at the beginning of the match, right? Yet we only practice that real life, real time with real referee and real set grips and real strap training, because that's what's everyone's winning the match at the beginning of the match in the strap and in the set grip. But we're not working that at practice. We're working on the slow pull, holding on and controlling each other. That's not happening in the tournament. So I knew a long time ago to train for the 98% that is happening and not worry about the 2% that everyone else is training about, because I'm not going to be there.
Okay. When I'm watching the Michael Todd match and then his comments are, oh, I can't get out of his hand. I can't get out of his hand.
That means he cannot
What does that
break.
mean?
That means he cannot get Khaled's hand to open up and bend backwards, right? He has rotated and pronated enough that there is no angle for Michael Todd to get out and escape.
And had Michael Todd not been so generous in the
Of
setup,
course. Yeah,
he would have
had his hand. He would have had his hand
1 second
after Khabib or Khaled hit sideways. But because there's no pressure there, he can hit sideways with the rotator and all this good stuff. When you saw him with Schoolboy, if you put some pressure there too and don't let him set up in that beautiful cupping wrist curl, that his hand starts getting away from his body a little bit and it just gets a little bit out instead of here. I mean, Michael Todd beats that guy easily. However, Michael Todd's one of the best arm wrestlers in the world. There's a lot of people that ain't going to like to see that guy. They ain't going to like it.
Okay, so again, going back to all of our content is now in practice environments. I think I was talking with Derek Smith and he was like, you know, keep in mind going outside is like we were talking about Devin. He's like, it's safer to just go inside. So we don't need to go into a hook. And if you're in a practice and you keep hooking, you wouldn't last nearly as long. And I was like, is that why everyone like Michael Todd always does Michael Todd?
Well, you have to do that. Here's the thing. There's no reason to not train to beat the person that's stronger than you. And you're not going to beat the person that's stronger than you in a hook. You should train your hook so that you can hook people that you're stronger than. But ultimately, the get out of jail free card is a top roll. It's an outside move or some sort of a sneak press. But
the hook is for the stronger guy.
Does that make sense to you?
Oh,
So
I don't think I've ever heard it broken down that simply.
Yeah, you have to have the ability. What do you do when the other guy's stronger than you? Then outside. you have to go outside with a set grip in the strap with him knowing the least amount of information possible. The more you tangle with him, the more information he has. If you can somehow get to the strap, get to the set grip before he has registered a bunch of information, that is your best opportunity to escape and get outside and beat someone who is stronger than you.
You bring up a good point, because when I look back at all my matches from back in the days, I always top rolled because I was always the weaker guy. And I was 100%. Arm wrestling Steven and Zalaco, and I actually went inside and I was like, oh, because I could match him strength for strength. Right. And I ended up being slightly stronger.
Right in the middle. This is power against power. All right. Winner, round number 2, Gary Roberts.
Yeah.
Very
so a lot of times you practice outside pulling with guys you could beat inside, because you know that next weekend there's going to be a guy there that you can't beat inside. So you have to make sure. And then you get guys like Jerry Carteret, and everyone's just trying to not get inside and not let this guy press him. So you come to find out once you can beat him, he doesn't have an answer. He doesn't have an answer for when Dave Chafee grabs him low and he puts his ass in a hook, because he's always looking to undercut the top roller who's running from it. And it's a beautiful scenario of, now I'm looking at Jerry and I'm like, dude, if you could stop that, he can't switch it up to the point that you can switch up your game with no fear of him switching up, right? Like a lot of times people are like, hey, well, just grab his ass low, right? Grab him low. Well, what if then he decides to go inside with you? Now you're at a disadvantage from where you could beat him in a hook when you were up and high in his hand, right? So there's a lot of cat and mouse games in there. So do you have the ability to switch it up? Is your strongest move, once it gets taken, are you screwed, right? That's, a lot of us are like that. That's, because we're offensive guys, right?
Posted the 2005 Unified Nationals, and one of the recurring themes in the comments.
Where's Travis?
No, you were there.
One match, but then people kept forfeiting that time. Remember that?
I remember.
I couldn't get Harold Owens to come on stage to take his ass whipping. I couldn't get Christian up there. So finally I grabbed the mic and said, listen, guys, this is how it works. I was on such a tear at that point. No one could beat me. So when they called their name, they all were going for second and third place, right? So they wouldn't even come up to the stage. They just said forfeit. Well, that happened twice against guys like Harold Owens and Christian Benny, the 2 and 3 best guys. So I grabbed the mic and say, hey, guys, if you do it one more time, I'm going to make you send me the trophy next year, and I'm not even coming. And everybody laughed, and then they finally started coming up there. But if you watch that, you'll watch all those guys arm wrestle 3 or 4 times, but you only see me one time in the prelims because the 2 forfeits came from studs.
I miss that.
I'm different, Gary. I'm different.
Okay. The commenters are saying, wow, where's all the straps? Like, there are some people who haven't seen that older footage. They're like, so much less usage of the strap.
Right.
Is it why? What?
Well, I think that back then people still didn't know that there was a strategy there, and that if you couldn't beat somebody out of them, there's a chance that they were not efficient in them. So I think everyone kind of learned that, and now they're hoping that if they don't feel good at the start, that there's a possibility that there's some superior strap knowledge, or they get the buckle.
Okay, Ryan Bowen, his comments on Khaled, he said Michael Todd was hustling him in the strap. I believe I got that correct. He thought Michael Todd putting on the strap was hustling the other guy.
Maybe there was some of that, but what I saw was that Michael did not hustle like he could have. Right? So we'll see.
Hold on.
And very clumsy them putting that strap on. It's terrible.
I gotta check on Bubs. Hold on.
All right. What's happening?
What's up, guys? This is the Bubbies.
What's up, stud?
Dude, you know what else I found?
What'd you find?
Oh, bro.
Put that on my site. Put that on my site. Put that on my.
No.
Come on, man.
Dude, I've got some basketball footage with Tyson and Ezra.
No.
Oh my God. Dude, I got a quote from Tyson saying, if I'm not the man, I want to meet him. Dude, it is.
I just said that this weekend.
Whoa. If I'm not the man, I want to meet him.
I'm gonna tell you something. That person that I'm molding him into, he's gonna be so good at so many things that but he might be a humble guy like John. You know what I mean? And that's all right. I don't mind. But he's gonna be good.
There's a clip. I said that. Me and Albert Ding are in business now.
Oh, you were there.
Yes, I crushed everybody.
You were there with Albert.
Albert's a arm wrestling dude. He won the left-handed pro class.
What?
Yeah, he looked like Bruce Lee. Motherfucker's a beast.
Did you guys have any conversations?
Yeah. I called him a punk, all kinds of stuff. Told him he tried to ruin the tournament. He laughed, and now he's going to do a little clip for Travis Bagent. So he's going to send it to you, and then you got to put it on my site.
Okay.
Perfect. We're back, baby.
Did he say any nice words about Gary Roberts?
Oh man, said you're one of his mentors, like a father figure. He looks up to you and all that. He's awesome. Albert's the man.
Oh,
Albert's going to be calling you about the new chain of command with the whole media. You have to resort. You have to.
One more soundbite on
well, give him the rest of it. Put it in his thing. I think he can have it.
One more soundbite on Michael Todd Khaled. Did Michael Todd need the strap or want the strap?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely need it. I mean, listen, Michael Todd could have went over there, trained up, and been a beast. But that's not the guy he is. He's done changed his whole situation, and he's the nicest guy in the world. His ego is down. His service towel is big, and he's doing exactly what he should be doing for the arm wrestling world. Doesn't seem to me like he's selfish. He doesn't seem like he's unhappy. So, yeah, I think that everything they did over there, including that Grace workout, which I thought was the coolest thing, is to watch Larry. I mean, Michael Todd's form made me throw up a couple times, but the fact is it was awesome that they did that. That showed a lot of heart, man. Doing that thing in 2 minutes for Michael is
fucking beast.
Yeah,
and
that's amazing.
For Larry Wills, I mean, my goodness, what a stud.
I haven't watched that one yet. I'll go
That's
watch it.
Good. Very good.
I told Michael I was talking to him a little bit about his channel. One, I said, dude, you got to mic yourself up. I'm like, because it will really help your channel. But I was like, dude, you could create content just going around arm wrestling a bunch of people. And I was like, he's funny too. And when he gives comments anyways, I'm glad to see his channel's
he's fucking blowing up. He's smashing me. I'm gonna have to start doing something. So
he was at like 13,000. He's at like 20, almost 30,000. I don't know what the
beast.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're buying those subscriptions. I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah. Okay. We have never got back to the fact that you went to Portland and we never talked about it. You were like gonna come back, we're gonna blow up Portland.
Yeah, I went there to Portland. Portland shut down. I mean, Portland is shut down. I mean,
you owe me $125.
Yeah, no problem. I'm rich. Yeah. It's all good. Yeah.
I my flight, I was able to cancel the flight easily, but rental car, no dice on the rental car.
Are you not going to see your family anymore?
Well, because of the COVID thing, and I was like, I said that's why I got canceled. And my wife was like,
well, I will say this, Newburgh. It's Newburgh. Like, Portland didn't seem that crazy, but when I got into Newburgh, they sent a thing that said, it's shutting down for 2 straight weeks. You can't have anybody at your house, nothing. Like, it was crazy.
And we were going to have it at Sean's house.
Well, Sean's house was just an option. The fact is, the tournament blew up so big that we had to go to the CrossFit gym. We needed to go to the big gym. We needed to go to the pub for the after parties. Like, the event is awesome. Like, that little test run we did in Texas is nothing like with the money team that we have put together for these next events. Like, that was just a little dabble as to could it work in 4 weeks notice. Yeah. Now we know that it is going to be amazing. So we're looking at 300 people. We're looking at 120 athletes all bringing somebody there, with them. And then, so it's we need fully functional surroundings.
Yeah. And I just to speak to not that Ryan Espy is now a non-believer, but just to speak to anyone who doesn't think my format will work, anybody of you out there, guess what? The beauty of a YouTube channel is I will film that shit. If it's a disaster, that will be the show. It will be how we fucked up.
I hope that your product does not ruin the whole weekend. That's what I'm hoping.
It will not, but if
well,
it's
we'll
dramatic,
see. Hey, we'll see.
What I'm saying is, okay, the biggest problem that could happen in my event is it would come off with the feeling of we're unorganized because
that's not going to happen. We are going to have so much help for the seminar that all of that seminar staff is going to roll over to your tournament, and we are going to have it's going to be amazing. You're going to have the best referees in the country.
My point is the show. If there's mistakes, it will be in the show. I wouldn't try to hide it. It would be dramatic, and it would the end of show 1 would be here's what we'll work on for show 2. We'll build it into the show, which for views, the people don't care at the viewers to be like, oh shit, that was crazy. Like, anyways,
I got you.
Some people also in the comments are like, oh, King of the Table as a tournament is weird. King of the Table has existed at every practice I've been to for years. Why are people weirded out by King of the Table format?
Yeah, I think that I am worried about people gaming until they see the opening to try. That's the only fear that I have, is that when I see a guy I can't beat, I waste nothing on him until he's out of there. Then I go to the second guy. Do I have a chance at the second bracket? No, not quite. So here, you can have that. And now I trim the first 2 best guys out of here. Now the third round, all of a sudden, I'm fresh as a daisy because I've taken 4 losses, but I haven't given anything yet. I only took those 4 losses to get the 2 guys their wins so they can get out of there. That's my fear.
You're saying it could become like a chess.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? And the guy who doesn't participate is going to be the maddest when that third round comes, and he was way better than these 2 guys in round 1 and 2, but because they didn't arm wrestle really, and he tried against the guys that he lost to, that he's not the same now. And now he doesn't even have the 3rd place bracket money because he did what you wanted him to and tried as hard as he could in the first 2 rounds.
I mean, it will be an interesting discovery.
Yeah.
But I'll have to brainstorm on some rules. Like maybe you're allowed to drop 1 on purpose, but not 2. I don't know.
I don't know how you would ever convince me that I dropped 1 when I false started twice trying to win, knowing that I false started so belligerently that I was going to get to 2 fouls and not have my arm opened up. So I would really do some soul searching on every bit of this scenario and see what's up. That's all.
There's got to be a way that this works, and yes, maybe a cheater like you will come in and fuck it all up. But I think
you'll be surprised at how it only takes 1 guy to explain it to the people. Like, yo, are you really going to go up there and break your arm against Todd Huttings knowing you can't? Okay, go ahead. That's good. It's up to you.
I think I see where you're going here. And again, we're making
it's because of the money. It's because of the money is what I'm saying. Like, you know.
So you're saying that the first 2 rounds is going to be a whole lot of not trying because they're going to wait.
I'm just wondering, not a whole lot, but it's going to, if 1 or 2 people decide to employ that strategy, and the 2 people who had a better chance of winning the 3rd and 4th rounds, if they go hard the first 2 rounds and they are not the same guy, and the guy in the 3rd and 4th round played possum, that could indeed be the story. But, you know, it definitely is going to have the guy saying, man, I understand the format and I didn't win any of the rounds, but make no mistake about it. I was the 3rd best dude in that class, you know, and I can show you right here why. Like,
Okay. All right. I will have to. I'm excited to try it, and I say for anyone who doesn't think it'll make good television, regardless, I think is incorrect.
here's the thing: what we have now, what we do now currently, does not make good television. So I'm in. I'm in to see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. All right, my man, you're the man. I got to get off here.
You got to get off.
Yeah, shit. I've been here an hour and a half. You kidding me? Cut a show. You can't cut a show from that. Let's talk tomorrow, same time.
One more question.
What's up?
Just to tease the thing, then you met up with Dave Devoto.
I did. Yeah, I did. I just happened to be riding through Petaluma, and Paul said, "Hey, you know, Dave Devoto fucking lives here." And I'm like, yeah, that is true. He does. And I said, yeah, but I'm sure that, you know, Dave's, you know, old as shit and it's COVID, you know. And he's like, oh, yeah, there's no way he could come. I said, well, let me tell you something. He might come around if he thinks the Beast is in town. So I said, but I don't have I got Dave's number, but it's going to show up it's going to be a new number to Dave because I just got my phone changed. So I sent him the text, Travis Bagent, I'm in town, called him, went right to voicemail. 2 seconds later, he called right back. Where are you at, Beast? I said, I'm riding past the monument. He's like, I'll be there in 25 minutes. And
do you think people, the average person watching this show, knows who he is?
No, not at all. No.
So we'll go into that on the next time then. But I just want to say this. When I met Dave, he was the original Arm TV partner. He helped fund Arm TV.
We talked about it. We talked about the whole thing. And
okay, well, save your thoughts. Save your thoughts. But I just want to say the way Dave described his health, I hope this is not morbid, but the way he described his health to me then, I would have never guessed he'd be alive 15 years later.
He was amazing. I was amazed. I couldn't fucking believe it.
I mean, he's still
who he looked like Angelina Jolie's dad in the Anaconda movie. Because he hasn't shaved or cut his hair. So he had the ponytail, the white ponytail, the fucking beard. Dude, I'm like, that's him. That's the fucking guy. What's that guy's name? You're a movie buff.
I know. I'm drawing a blank, but I have his face in my mind.
Stud, dude.
But I would like to say that the little clip you did at the statue is priceless.
What did I do?
You did the ready go, straighten your wrist.
Oh, wrist. Yeah, are you gonna put that on my channel?
Yeah.
Please. What the fuck are you waiting on? Here we go. I just need a little wrist here. Wrist.
One foul.
My man. Wrist.
2 fouls.
Winner. All right, here we go.
Travis Bagent, welcome to the show, dude. Then we had a whole conversation.
Terrible, man. You have got to be more professional.
Oh my god. So off camera, damn it, I gotta do that again. Dude, I got big news, bro. Big news. Hey, whoa, shit. Okay, first of all, I bleeped out Primal, but they said they wanted to send me products. You're saying I can't taste this on the show?
Do whatever you want. This show sucks.
No, bro.
Do whatever you want. This show sucks. I've lost my complete motivation.
Oh, man.
Just to fill the fucking people in. 10 minutes, I'm bullshitting with you.
Oh.
And all of a sudden you say, you ain't recording.
Oh, fuck. Oh, bro. Oh, bro.
God damn it.
Damn it. Okay.
Just tomorrow. Call me tomorrow. To
fill the people in, I'll be quicker.
Call me tomorrow. Repack
the interneters, the commenters. It annoys me that you guys, you don't know what this show's about. Like for the people that hate on this show and you say, well, get back to the arm wrestling. I've explained from episode 1 on that we talk about the behind the scenes of the organization. So let's say you're looking for ESPN. You turn it on, people talking about the football or whatever. But imagine then once the show's over and then the cameras follow around the guys and they're talking about sponsors, how do we get the show bigger? What's next? You know, that's a blend. It's not just the show. It's a blend of what's going on. So as Travis is trying to build his thing, as I'm trying to build my thing, as we're trying to build the thing we're doing together, it's a behind the scenes of all that business combined. It's not just, oh, what's Travis's thoughts on Khaled, on Schoolboy, on his stories. It's what's going on. I am fascinated by that stuff. That's what I love. When I go to the movies, I can't wait to not buy the movie so I can watch it. I want to buy the Blu-ray so I can get all the behind the scenes. Like the biggest annoying thing to me is that I click on Netflix. There's no second Netflix that has all the makings of the movies that I'm watching. That's what fascinates me. I'm into that shit. And so maybe it's not as mainstream for you, but for me, that's kind of what this show's about. If one day someone comes and wants to write a book on Travis or me and our growth to blowing up the sport of arm wrestling, they would need to look no further than these chapters.
And that they would, in those chapters, realize how absolutely selfish that Travis Bagent is. So he doesn't even want to give you news that does not include him. Not even interested in it.
Kid is crying. Kid is crying.
She knows what's up. She gets caught interfering with the show, ass whipping coming.
So anyways, some people love the taste test. They loved that I was trying the Western Survivor, and they were like, well, 10 minutes of talking about sponsors. It's like, hey man, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find sponsors.
I did think it was a little heavy on the sponsor.
Was it?
The last show was a half-hour running infomercial about fucking sponsors. It was great. It was great. It was like my resume. Now, whenever someone calls me, I'm like, yo, watch episode 41 or whatever. If you include yourself in any one of those segments, it will blow that shit up.
Well, I was okay with it because I included what I thought was a vintage 15 minutes of Travis Bagent from 2005. Did you listen to it?
No. Yes. 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 Yeah, I sounded a little douchebaggish on talking about how great I was. But I still feel like I would answer those questions pretty much the same way right now.
So you did listen to it?
I did.
All of it?
I mean, I imagine 15 minutes seems like a long time. Tell me, give me an example of something I should know something about.
Well, here's the thing.
Give me a question to see if I listen to the whole thing.
Okay, well, I've got all these. I kind of wanted to ask you the same questions.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so behind the scenes, I was struggling with the title of that show. And I was like, okay, well, everyone wants to see Travis Bagent training again. And I was like, so here's my thinking. Is it clickbaitish to put the title as I'm the hardest working, best trained arm wrestler, which I know is from 2005, but if the title alludes to it could be current, maybe Travis, after watching this interview, would get fired up and want to train again. So that's like what my thinking, that's my ulterior agenda was like, will Travis listen to this and get inspired? So I asked you the question, hardest working and best trained. Is it still true? Obviously.
No, definitely not. No. But I mean, don't get me wrong. The best trained, yes. I mean, I still do not think that anyone has a better procedure that is, actually possible, right? Like just telling me that you're going to grind it out for 14 hours every day and become the strongest man in the world. Yeah, I don't.
We hope you like the content. Thanks for stopping by. Please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Now click that little bell icon so you get notified. This was Gary Roberts and Travis Bagent live.
Damn it!
Do something else. Don't ever say them two names to me.